east of Han Yunis. That's further south in the Gaza Strip. Well, joining me in the studio is BBC Arabic correspondent Saeed Shehata. And Saeed, there have been several developments over the past 24 hours. And crucially, as we've seen there, calls from the UK and Germany for what they're calling a sustained or sustainable ceasefire. And now Israel saying it's open to negotiating with Hamas for a fresh ceasefire and fresh hostage releases. What are you hearing from the region about how these negotiations could happen?
It already started the negotiation. The head of Mossad and his team met with the Qatari Prime Minister and his team in Oslo, and they discussed preliminary how to negotiate another deal to a ceasefire or a truce. And the head of Mossad and his teams are likely to meet also Egyptian officials, because Egypt is part of this mediation thing. So I think it's going to happen soon, a truce, because Israel mistakenly killed 3 hostages, and this put pressure on the Israeli army. And there is demonstration from within Israel, from the family of the hostages, on the Israeli government to do more in order to get the hostages back. So all of that, and the American also pressure on Israel to stop fighting, and in order to have a truce, in order to make the aid to go in and to relieve the humanitarian situation. So negotiation is ongoing, and there is hope within the next few days a truce will be struck and the hostages, because the military operation showed that they couldn't do the job. The truce for a week before, when it happened for a week, it released several hostages. So the negotiation will revive the hope for getting back some hostages back to Israel and a prisoner from the Israeli prisons to Palestinian territory.
And Saeed, just to follow on from that, so what are we hearing in terms of what's up for discussions? Because now Hamas is saying that it wants the conflict or the suffering of Palestinian peoples to end once and for all. Could we see a similar ceasefire happen as it was before? Are there other issues up for discussions now?
I think there are several issues. The main issue now is to reach a truce, but the long-term one is the two-state solution and the negotiation for a lasting peace. Lord Cameron, in his article with the German foreign minister, they talk about a ceasefire in order to avoid the casualties, because there are now more than 18,500 civilians killed in Gaza, and also there is clashes in the West Bank, and there's some people died, and there is some sources from within the West Bank saying about 291 died or killed since 7th of October. So there is a fear of the spread of the conflict outside of the Gaza to go there, because we can look at the Houthi, sending drones, and the British, they stopped it from the air, and there is fear from Hezbollah also. They also launched some strikes against some Israeli targets. So there's fear of expanding the conflict outside Gaza. So the talk now about negotiation to reach a truce, and then talk about a two-state solution. The Minister of Defense, the American Minister of Defense, is coming to the region in order to also progress this kind of negotiation.
Thank you very much. Saeed Shehata from BBC Arabic, thank you for joining us on the program.